Good afternoon, Base Invaders fans. Good evening, even if you're in the UK or EU. I'm Kaz, he's Cubby. The Dream Team's back together. And this is Base Invaders NA 9-man tournament. Cubby, how's it going?
It is going very, very well. Once again, back in the co-pilot seat for tonight's stream with yourself. It's always nice to let someone else do the hard work and me just do the lovely sit back and commentate as we go.
So your big league these days being staffer as well. We were just saying actually just before we started, it's only the third time we've cast this year. Did quite a few last year, but obviously as we've got more and more people in, mixing and matching who's casting what. Obviously opportunities a little bit less common, less frequent.
Yeah, I think it's sort of a good idea to keep mixing people up that way. Then people get a different taste for what each other's styles are, things like that. Allows for a lot of various experiences, and who knows, the dream team may be overranked. Albeit, I don't think ours will be.
Well, on that note, while we're just touring around following the iconic boys here through the power plant, if you are interested in playing these events, you can sign up through Discord every Wednesdays when the event announcement comes out for team sizes. And we play an EU and an NA tournament on Sundays. We're always on the lookout for staff members too, and for commentators. So if you want to join the caster team or just help referee these events, then do get in touch, because we're always keen to get new talent on board, give people opportunity. If you are a caster, you do get a degree of payment. Co-casters will be getting paid via Rusty Pot, a gracious token of skin purchasing. You can buy stuff through Rusty Pot's store, and also, if you wanted to, gamble it on their marketplace, see what happens. But if you're a main caster doing what I'm doing now, broadcasting out to Twitch, you are cameraman, commentator and output all in one, so you will get cash payment. And we are recruiting for one main caster, so if you want to do that, if you fancy your chances doing multitasking, then get in touch through Discord, find Kaz. Oh, okay, Boomer Girl goes down there. Oh, damage on the attack alley.
You're taking quite the hit at the moment. Obviously, I am myself, as you mentioned before, staffing. Obviously, it was a little bit of a last-minute thing, me jumping in to tonight's co-pilot seat. But speaking of co-pilots, there'll be no more pilots left in that, because that's gone down at quick time. Iconic have absolutely smashed that out of the park.
Yep, nicely done. Nicely close to their base as well. Obviously, this is a worry because that's not really very well built. In my opinion, obviously they've got sheets internal. That's something, but they really need a lot more metal to get this up. The good thing is all these furnaces are cooking, so that's something to me. And I think, yeah, I don't know. If they got the compound done by now, I'd be thinking, okay, this is not too much of a worry. They're just getting something up rather than nothing, because we see far too many teams have half a base made out of sheet and then the open top. But at the same time, these guys, I don't know if they maybe gone too far from TC with some of the walling, and that's why they can't get around here.
I think in relation to the EU event earlier, I was present there earlier on doing stuff in there, and it was quite a common theme to say it's 9-mans. You'd expect teams to build large bases with sheet and things like that, but there were quite a few teams earlier on that had the same sort of issue as this, where they'd built something as complex as this. Obviously, you've got your half walls in there, your windows, things like that. Obviously, your roofs down there at the bottom as well. It can lead to a lot more time being spent, upgrading and building in general, and sometimes it can have a reverse effect on your progress. So it's something that does need to be monitored.
Yeah, and it seems like they've got quite a few of them that are capable of building, which is good. The rate of build is quite promising. So not going to rule Iconic out just yet, but just a little bit worrying the fact it's so heavily in stone. The compound isn't finished yet. They've done a good job in taking the attack elite. 15 points available potentially there. But we'll just have to see how they play it. But that was over here. Obviously, we started out by a power plant. You can see around the map here as well. Just all the teams fairly spread out. Had a few more down the south and east side in EU. This time around, they've all clustered a bit closer. A few less actually around the launch site and airfield, which is very surprising, because they're good farm spots, monument-wise. And again, not many around power plant. They're all focusing on Oxums, Dome, more Oxums, train yard, mill tunnels, supermarkets. So keeping us all fairly clustered, which in EU led to some of the hottest spots of fighting in the event and a lot of PvP points. we did see GG well played set a new record, and I owe an apology to Bart, aka Baba Yaga, because I did think it was Deathwing and it wasn't. It was Baba Yaga absolutely popping off, so fair play to you. A lot of kill streaks. At one point you got 30 kill streak, but this kill streak doesn't go above 15. It's a bit mad.
He was he was playing really well earlier. Again, something that I also noticed as well. A name that frequently kept popping up. To be quite honest with you, the standard of competition earlier on was absolutely brilliant. You know, it wasn't just Bart himself. There was quite a number of teams that had that standout player, if not players. You know, I think we saw one from Flossie. Jeremy were obviously going in on KLK and things like that. So you know, it's nice to see that the some of the teams from earlier on are back as well. So, for example, Russia, Jeremy, HSP. You know, we saw them all earlier. And you know, sometimes the EU event, I like to say, can be a bit of a story setter for the NA. You know, obviously going into that, you can build up some sort of rivalry.
Yeah, and I think we say it often. Yeah, there's always going to be caster cliches, and you know we always like joke about the caster curse and you know setting up grudges and stuff. And
That is no joke.
I say there's a reason these things happen. You know, whether it's a case of they come a bit stereotyped, a bit cliche, because yeah, this is what happens. We do see teams will get a bit of a bee in their bonnet. A grudge match will happen. They want to go back and avenge what happened earlier. You know, they got knocked out by them in EU. They're going to find them and hunt them down in NA, and it's stuff like that. And you know, it's entertaining to watch because often when teams act recklessly, they either do something amazing or something stupid. And I want to see someone do something just noteworthy. You know, we're here for you know the big plays, the big moments, and yeah, let's hope we have some more for this. We will be keeping notes, obviously timestamps through the tournament as well. We do take monthly highlights. This is our last event of March, so within the next sort of say 10 days or so, Trev will have out the latest edition of highlights for March, and we put that over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Rustoria, so you can check us out on there. We've got December highlights, fucked up with January, our bad, but we've got December and February up, and March will join shortly, as well as all the VODs as well. We do put them all up on there live as quick as possible, so you can catch up on any event that's happened, probably about the past 2 months or so, and we'll keep the content coming in future. Do keep an eye out for more stuff like YouTube Shorts, best clips of all the tournaments. Let's have a look at Emeritus base here. It's quite hypnotising watch people build. I know it might seem like it's not the most interesting thing, but you know, it's a routine thing, and I do like looking and learning at how people set themselves up. Obviously, you can see from the rooftop, really, in terms of the style of base size pattern. Loads of teams using the 5x5. In this case, 6x6. And it does allow some extra modifications to design in terms of like corner points, that sort of thing. So we'll see how they get on. Again, nice clear space around them. And a few teams did that earlier around here. We got VG with a very scuffed wall. That's interesting. What the bloody hell have they done here? Well, it's an unusual way to do a compound.
They really need to start offering some training for compounds. Again, with the EU event, I know I've referenced it quite a lot so far, but it's the same principle. Everyone's compounds are so scuffed today. It has been horrendous. I mean, they've worked out for some, but I mean, we saw, can't remember who it was earlier. I think it was Way 9. They ended up sealing one of their compounds with the old China wall method sort of thing, where you're placing your triangles and then building walls on that. And it was an interesting one. I think is the term that I'll
Yeah.
use.
That one wasn't Way 9. I think that actually, to be fair, that actually might have been VG again. Because Way 9 was the tank base. I actually sat in the helicopter earlier with Cobra, and he was just saying, yeah, because we were like, was it a dragon? What was it? Like, no, it's a tank. We were just building like an RP base because half our team were late, so we thought, fuck it, you don't get a say in what we build. We're not going to build like a proper build. And it turned out it worked really well for them, so don't be surprised if we see another haphazard build for this one. But just looking at VG, base is pretty well set up. I don't like the cluster of beds in one spot. Feels like that's going to be a target. But otherwise, very functional base. Just need to sort the bits of twig out and job done. I imagine they're going to be armoured panels, just so they know where they are. But again, asking for trouble if they leave them and forget them. We do see attack heli is inbound, so people will be going for that very shortly. It is a 3 times an attack phase. Just have a quick look at Danes as well. Again, very functional. A couple of these peak corners and the fan bits above them for the murder holes. opposite turrets, and a door access point. I don't like having the cube access point. It's double-sided though, so that's something. And I maybe gone four-sided and just have it as an entry everywhere. But no, it's functional. They've got some good honeycombing on. They'll be okay. We do also have
It's
down
a
in... Sorry, go on.
it's a base design we do see quite frequently, you know, with that sort of build, you know, that go for the square and then the roofs on top. Just a standard sort of thing. But, you know, going back to what you were saying earlier about the bases and stuff and looking into them, it is an interesting thing to look at now, because we are seeing week by week, you know, more and more different type bases, shall we say, actually popping into the mix. We saw a castle the other week, which was one of my personal favourites.
Yeah, but to say that was really good. I think that was Unstoppable's team. But just variety's good, you know. We want to see not necessarily people trolling, just innovation. You know, keep it fresh, keep people guessing, try something out. You know, not everyone's going to win, not everyone's going to be competitive enough to win, but if you don't think you are, don't be afraid to break the mold, you know. It's not just... There's only so much that being able to, you know, aim train will do for you. You've also got to then have the capacity to, like, keep people guessing in terms of your build style and, as well, team synergy. You'll find different bases work for different people. So, VG holding launch site fairly well, though. Haven't gone for Bradley yet, which is surprising, but maybe they will in a moment. And again, 15 points available for that. VG currently on 12, so 27 points put them in second behind Rugang. This bad boy. I did watch Mimio's latest video, and he was going through all the different server speeds, and he went to 1,000,000 times server, and they had a Bradley just out in the countryside, like in the desert, like you'd find a Scrappy, and you could just hop in and just drive around beaming people. I was like, oh, okay, that seems silly.
You know what? It's one that I started watching, but unfortunately, I never actually got to finish it. It's something I do need to rewatch. But you know, he's one of the better content creators out there in terms of you know, ability as well as sense of humor. He's definitely got both there. And as we are talking about ability, once again, Iconic showing their ability to take down the attack heli, uncontested at the moment, of course. Obviously, you know, with them being so far out on the edge of the map, it's nice to see that they are taking advantage of it at this moment.
Yep. We see Dane's trading with the VG players. Dane's losing at the moment, though. They are attacking Bradley now behind us. And back to Iconic as well, like you say, it is one of them that... The helicopter is a random spawning, but some teams put themselves in the most common paths, and Iconic have done that. And so, you know, the random chance of it happening twice in a row, it's unfortunate for other teams, but it is the nature of random chance, you know. These things can happen, and we have seen it happen before in Base Invaders. You know, it's true random rather than, you know, almost like allotted random. When you shuffle your Spotify playlist, that's just like, you know, a slightly false random because it's trying to avoid repeating the same thing. With true random, you get the same thing sometimes, and the stats have been in favour of Iconic at the moment. That's a good hit from Shilov. But yeah, if Iconic take the second helicopter, then they'll be on 34 points, so they take the top spot. And with that, if they could stay top, I doubt it, but if they could, they'd get a bonus 10 points. There we go. Last rocket attempt from Shilov then.
See there. Climbed up. There it goes.
Ooshed. Really hard angle for the camera, given he put us around by the trees, but other than that, it was a good take, a solo take.
Yep, he's going to have to be careful though. Obviously, he's got some teammates holding off the Danes at the moment, but they are putting up quite a good fight at the minute. Obviously, you can see there. Looks like Jesper has taken down one of the VG members. It does get traded though. As you can see there, Marcy on the top, doing really well.
Having your man up high does make a difference. And so, like with the helicopter, it's 15 points available. Bradley has 3 crates, 5 points per crate. Helicopter has 5 crates, 3 points per crate. So, same points, different point attribution to the crates, but ultimately worth the same. And if VG do get this, then yeah, they will be jumping up to the top of the table. Allah, Iconic, sitting nice and pretty on 34, though no recall and Rugang are pushing that already. VPN and Flossy close behind, and Bing Bong, to be fair. All within reach, so see how they get on. I want to have a tour around and see a bit more of the teams while we got. Here's PG. Do you see Rapollo in the mix there? Did have to have a bit of a word with PG earlier, so let's hope they play nicely today. But they've got a good base, some experienced players. I'm never a fan of this sort of like upstairs conservatory thing on the roof, but it is what it is. If they're happy with it. We have got SG up here as well. Been a while since I've seen Skylar Boss playing and Lupo. Sitting on top of Dome. You've got plenty of crates here. You can see Mini up here as well to get them down. 3 crates here, 1 inside. If you have a look inside, just see where that crate spawns. It's on one of the ropes. See, it has been looted recently. But it will respawn soon. Same way these 3 have respawned as well. Actually, if we would take ourselves in a second, because we're invisible, so we can go up there safely. In terms of what's around here, rocket launcher left, sleeping bags they've brought up themselves. If we open that up, high claw metal, rifle parts for guns, rocket launcher itself, expo ammo for raiding. The next one, rockets, bolty, armoured head plate, AK, pipes, all good stuff. The SG will be cleaning up on all of it. And so we do have PG down below us. If we look on the map as well, 3 teams really down here. PG, the first team, probably the most aggressive. Team Hub, again, base is finished. I'm a bit worried for them. It's a difficult roof because a team will have trouble landing on it. But at the same time, look at these wooden and twig panels. They've got to upgrade them. I'm hoping they do it shortly. Maybe just waiting on materials. But the base is incomplete. The windows are not embrasured. And I'm worried if that's the only furniture you've got going, you are going to be in real trouble very soon. Because a team like PG is not going to wait to steamroll you. Just looking at Twitch chat, Jamie says, hi Kaz and Cubby. Hi Jamie. Welcome to the stream. Hello. If you are watching for the first time or just a regular watcher, do say hi. Do let us know who you're supporting, who you'd like us to go and show on the camera. We do take requests. We can bounce around the map at your whim. As we do that, I'm just looking at SG's base here. Nice wide open top. Seen a few more teams doing this sort of style. And then they'll have some more specific peaks below for defending. You can see that. Clever little approach, having the downward lookers. So certainly something different. I still like having the fan peaks on the roof, but equally, some teams have started doing almost like double tier as well. They have like an extended bit on the roof to climb up and look down over. So the stability is always the issue with that one, but innovative builds are what we look for. And this is certainly a little bit different to the normal style of roofing and peaks. So all good to see. And with the loot SG are getting, if PG were to make a move on somebody, SG will make a move on someone else like PG. So let's go a bit further afield though. Obviously we've seen Hub. We've got over here, we've got a twin base next to each other. Oh, this is kicking off. They're back, Cubby. They're back and they're at it again.
You know what, we see it time and time again. Look at the size of the base and just look at how different it is to every other base that we see. GN always go for the exact same design, but always alter it to the situation that they're in. Obviously, you know, they are right next to RU Gang, and we did see them earlier, and they really were popping off and playing really well. So obviously, you know, we've got familiar faces, Joker being one of them, Max as well, that we've seen time and time again. Obviously, you've got Diana down there as well at the gas station at the moment. But GN are going to have to be careful with RU Gang, but the sheer size of that base will allow them to rocket from their roof.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Just absolutely bonkers. So, just to bring you into who's who then. GN are right next door to RU Gang. Diana are here contesting the site. They are also based just over here. And they've taken a bit of inspiration from GN, it seems. Because they've got some backward-facing panelling. It's a bit unusual for them. Rooftop, though, looking really nice. Lots of boxes, turrets, doors. You know, they've gone for a big base here, and it's really showing. A bit reminiscent of really of the sort of level of roof styling Lich would go to. Just, you know, really embellishing, making the most of space. And obviously having the box as well, people are thinking, well, it's a lot of loot on the roof. If we bring the camera over, you'll understand what I mean from not having them on the roof. This is a crouch point. Look down, as well as peek over there. So, they are useful. There's a lot of fighting going on up here as well. We've got Danes, we've got OU Gang, we've got Diana. And we saw Diana get into a big scrap early with GG Well Played, as well as Flossie in Event. And this time around, they picked a different 4 teams to be part of. As Joker's getting another wall down. 8-minute lifespan on these walls. They will fade away. Joker gets a spot. Oh, but he takes the Dreamer. Gets down by Hugh. Shot in the back from Diana did give him weight, which, I don't know, maybe they think they've got a better chance against Danes without Joker in the mix, and to be honest, I don't blame them. Let's have a look at Hicksart making the push here. You see Perry.
It does go down. Head triplet, I do believe it was the one responsible.
Yeah.
Potentially.
And you'll recognise a lot
there.
of... I see a lot of Rugang from RNC. Bit of a mix-up with some of the other people in the team. But it's just everyone scrapping with everyone. There's a lot going on. Rugang on 54 points, no recall on 53, VPN on 50. And they're just running straight at the gate. So we can see the build work here going on for Rugang as well. They're making quick work of that. 7 minutes 40 to go on the attack phase. But it's just... They've got themselves, like I say, height advantage over here. And actually, let's have a look back over here as well. RSG... It looks like SG were griefing PG, and they are. There you go. So we could maybe see an early loss for PG. Rapollo and the gang have got a bunch on their roof. As Iconic get the final and third helicopter, so... Okay, that's 3 out of 3. So we'll be keeping an eye on that and see if that's bugged.
I think there's been a little bit of a side issue in regards to the spawn point of the heli. It does seem to be following the same flight path in. Obviously, we are constantly doing our work into research and finding bugs that are reported by the community. Obviously, we do have a suggestions tab in the Discord, should you be a player in the stream currently. So should you see anything that isn't running smoothly, or you think it could be run better, do go ahead and let us know. We are always happy to adapt.
Yep. Well, I think the suggestion in this case... I'll go through the door. The suggestion in this case would be down if it spawns the same spot. Apollo's out on the roof. Tajan. Apollo goes down. Again, not that well geared. Unusual to see that from Apollo. Ooh, Lucas counters though. GTK 1 down. Tajan 1v1 now. On the high ground. Oh no, that was not the move to make. Flying leap from Tajan.
We have reclaimed.
Richard Chris in chat says, I hope all teams have fun. I don't. I hope they suffer. I want there to be a bloodbath. I want there to be rage. I want everyone to be salty. That's how we make content.
I can tell you from the chat at the minute in time, there's definitely a lot of egos going around and a lot of competitive language, shall we say.
Yeah, and it's that competitive language which is why we don't air the in-game chat. Because we do tell people, but obviously there's a difference between, you know, we'll ban people for racism, but the competitive profanity gets a bit much. So Hub No Cause crawls back home.
Basic true warrior. Willing to get himself back home by himself without a single helping hand.
Didn't manage to shut the gate though, but obviously they've got it blocked, so it's okay. And 3 will get the res. It's looking interesting at the moment, and I see SG making good work of the fact they're on Dome to get themselves a chance of being on top of PG space, so I won't be surprised if they go back for a second try this time in the raid phase, which is coming up very shortly. Jamie says he's got money on Deathwing's team because he's on the roll at the minute, and you know what? It's hard to put anything other than them, really. Just because they're on such a good roll. Deathwing's won so many events of late. Can't knock it. Here's TVT. They're flying past their own teammates, so... Where's the nearest base to hit? Let's have a quick check. This is Enyo's base. We've got HSP near as well. VPN's base. So TVT is scouting. The question is, who are you scouting for?
Anyone that's looking vulnerable at the minute. Obviously, we do normally have a discussion about the scoreboard and how it can impact teams' priorities of targets. Obviously, you can only go to first, out to the bottom. So I think it is normally a case of people like to sit mid to the very end.
There we go, we're in the helicopter. 516 HP. Are they actually looking to take on VPN? This could be mad. Getting crunched here. One man's already gone. KGK, AK Top, and Uzi. And look at the HP on here going down as well. 406, under 400 now. Are we just a floating target? What's going on? Feels a bit mad. Just trying to see who they're against as well. TVT are fighting with people. Are they? Is it VPN they're shooting? That's a hell of a distance to be beaming on VPN. Bring myself down to the POV and say what they're shooting at. There's your man down there getting lasered.
Warrior, just run in, jump in.
This man does not care.
Not at all.
If you are going to call yourself you got shit on, you've got to have the balls to play it off. Speaking of shitters, yeah, I've got them up here. 2 minutes 20 to go and no recoil, which I believe is Deathwing's team. So you can see Bart there, Baba Yaga. Pancake Blue did well earlier as well. They are lining this up. But Warface are here too. Warface are on top. This is Shitter's base. Warface are on top and defending against no recoil. And you do see a bunch of no recoil players went down there. Or was it just one and they traded? Couldn't tell. So we'll see if the Russians can defend against the previous winners of the EU tournament. Yama taps out blue. To be fair, it's looking okay for them. Bart's had to come back. Pancake's having to step back. We look at nearby bases as well. Warface are up here. No recoil, which is Team Deathwing, BG there. Selfish BG, the builder. Look at that base. Spectacular work.
Really like what they've done with the roofs there.
Oh, same. And then a bit further up, we've got TGL back again. They did build up here previously. This time round, kind of slightly different, but yeah, learned from the mistakes, pushed a bit further north, got themselves near the monument. They've got, say, the supermarket there to farm up a bit. You see Jeremy, though. Jeremy had another good tournament as well. I'm just worried that the aggression they've got... Let's fly over that way just to show you. Because there's Flossie up on the hill next to them as well. Jeremy and Flossie are going to go right at it. Jeremy's aggression got them some points early in the EU event. Given Flossie built next to them, I can't see it being anything other than Jeremy steamroll through Flossie. Which feels bad to say, you know, I don't want to be shit-talking the likes of Voxy and people. You know, they are solid players. But, you know, it's hard. Jeremy did real good work earlier. Purplute. Former staffer, long-time player. You know, he's been there, done that, seen it all. And it's going to be really difficult for them to not push through this base. It's not that difficult a size of base. You know, realistically, it's a 5x5 core. I think they'll be okay with that. You can see, just scanning around the edges. We're into raid phase now. Points, we'll just check. Did go across to Rugang for having the lead in the attack phase. They've got 10 bonus points there, 79 becomes 89. Flossie will have to prepare to defend and keep. Looking around the map, we have a first raid up as well, over in Q10. There's VPN, start to lay into gang. And this base feels like it's not going to last long, Cubby. It's made of stone, but they've got some armor in the core, which is weird.
Yeah, you say normally when you start with the stone exterior, sort of is the common trend throughout the base. Very rarely changes, but I mean you can just see the sheer impact that stone has in this sort of tournament. Obviously, especially with it being 9 mans. Boom very, very readily available in this sort of mode where it's boosted resources and you can just see the damage being dealt.
Yeah, and they are leveling this out quickly. Excuse me. Gang are getting some repairs in, but really the way to do it is just widen the gap, just make it so that the splash takes through everything. Just really appreciating the sheer pounding this is getting now. Look at that. They're booming through armoured. You can see doors are going now. It's a bit worrying for gang. You got shit on, takes 1, trades. Leave spot as well. There you go, yeah. You got shit on, he's on a 10 kill streak. Eve goes down though. Brick gang, sorry. Is there. Can you get shit on, get rezzed or not? Otherwise 10 kill streaks are not going to become 15. Trying to breach the compound though, and they've done that. Now the rockets go back in. Just looking inside. I don't think I'll say. Seeing if we can see TC straight away. We can't, but doesn't feel like it'd be long. I know they're building. Again, repair works do not last. The start out at lower HP, so it's worth getting a new piece of stone walling or sheet walling, but they will be taking just 1 hit. And like I say, because of the stonework, if I were VPN, I'd be looking to blow just a massive chunk out this wall here, get some ground floor coverage. This puzzle goes down. Here comes 5'2", Latina girl. Latina E-girl, sorry. Let's get the name right. This one I heard some more of a jackhammer then. Yeah, the ladder's going off. But it is that Bank Calendar style base. It's very easy to get. I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like I'd be foundy wiping. Mostly stone. Just topple the building, that'll be cheaper. Yeah, booming doors. Feels like we're going to see TC very shortly.
They're just slowly making their way through the base methodically, but precisely. You can see at the minute, they are just taking door after door after door off.
Yeah, they're trying to make themselves some levels as well so they can splash. If you get a shot in between all 4, you can take 4 doors out of a couple of rockets. Keep an eye out for TC. We did actually get a TC on camera in EU. We just missed out on every raid fractionally. So, sticking with this one. This one's a cert.
Just absolutely blitzing this entire base now. Gang absolutely nowhere to be seen. VPN just taking door after door off. Making really light work of it.
Yeah, this is at a stride, and there you go, TC. It's only one of these two. Oh no, there we go, there's TC. So, took off nearly all the doors, but a good, clean, quick raid for VPN. Puts him into an early lead now over Rugang. Chat number with very, sorry, chat name with very long numbers, same Warfaces scripting. Obviously, if you've got any clips, any proof, do get in touch via the Discord command. put the Discord command in chat. But yeah, any complaints, send them that way.
Top of it at the minute in terms of responding to things like that. In fact, I think it's for the first time in a long time we've actually had a ticket base down to 0, which is always lovely to see, rather than seeing the tickets from last week's event crop up again as you're working through them. But no, it is nice to see that we're on top of it, so obviously every ticket will be responded to as quickly as possible.
Yep. Well, here we have Team Warface. The ones we were told were scripting, so we'll keep an eye on them, see if they find TC super easy. And making light work of this back wall, but it's the same things, you know, shitters. They've started to sheet up a bit. Oh, there's TC. Maybe they've got a point. I mean, on the one hand, it wasn't a difficult base, so it's hard to judge Warface on that one. But it is interesting that somebody comes up in chat saying they're scripting, and then they found TC.
Also needs to be well, as a little side note, you can see the progression of walls into this base coming from this sort of raid. You know, they were all on the other side, and then just so happens that they came around this side to execute the raid, which is a bit of a strange one, but as you said, innocent until proven guilty, so...
I'll say no recall with the ones pushing that side mainly. Warface have done both the back and a bit on the side just to try and spook the other raiders, so I'll say they'll be monitored. I did see somebody flying over this way. Let's have a quick chase, like the golden retriever after the cart. Did hear some boom elsewhere. Where are you at? Where are you at? There's lots of boom around the map. Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? TVT. Saw TVT lurking out outside the Scrappy that was taking a lot of fire. Taking a wide berth of TGL. So we will avoid following them. We have a raid here on the hill. And it's Team Bing Bong with Yogi. The Cuban Link. Russia are coming in for them. And we did see, oh, Dave gets a couple there. X-Tone and Inky go down 2 hours, 2 KO, sorry. We res. Prendak finished off. Satori comes out. Look at that. 9 has just ran around the entire base and blown up all their compound. Unlucky. They will not be happy with that. 9 is dead, but he's probably taken out about 9 compound walls and a gate with it, so it's a bit of a nuisance. And Bing Bong, James and Co are holding off. They were as, say, the 9 team earlier. Did get picked up by the Russians again, so this is what I mean about grudge matches. Bit further south, alright. Some of your oil team lot on that. Making a move on to HSP. I wasn't expecting too much from HSP. You know, mid-tier, mid-table team already being shown. What can happen with 9-mans? Fierce start of the raid. There you go to the back. And, you know, Deepex and Cheese pushing up. Synergy's already around as well. Some nice couple of kills there from Synergy. Oh, he does get slotted off the roof.
Type of player that Synergy is, and won't be happy with that one. He is very self-critical from when I've played with him. You know, likes to make sure that his beaming is on point. I imagine he'll be happy with the first couple of kills, but I'm sure he'll be a little bit critical of his positioning. You know, maybe not taking as much spatial awareness as he should have done, obviously, when you're pushing a base, but, you know, things do happen in the heat of the moment.
Yep, and you're getting some more walls up. We're going to try to make their way around slowly. Got to be careful. RI on the flank for the base. You see Fruit Loops running past. Deepex does go down from the side, so that's why they've had to put the wall in there. It hasn't stopped RI from pushing on this. Let's see what Max the Bonobo can do. Big hit onto Zeb's there from Utoxeter's finest. Look at him go. Oh, lad.
The RI now really starting to apply the pressure. They've got the walls set up. Synergy's causing some problems though. Does slot Zeb's. Zeb goes down. He's still putting some firepower in. Synergy does get slotted by the Danes. Master on the right hand side of him there.
And it doesn't help us, obviously, we've got Team Danes and we've got RI with Danes Master in, so that's useful. But RI cleverly pushing around the side, Danes Master going in to try and finish off the kill he did drop on Synergy. Gets spotted, but he should get it. There you go. 2-tap. You're done. Cheese coming back, Deepak coming back. Deepak, sorry. But it's not enough to stop at the moment, so let's have a quick look back north, and then we'll come back safe for that. TGL are raiding onto no recoil. This is brave. TGL did try picking on some people earlier in EU and struggled. And this is a big boy raid. This Kangaroo comes from behind, takes their shot. Gets dropped for his troubles. Could we see an upset though? Could we see one of the tournament favourites? We've all, say all chat so far saying Deathwing and Co would be the ones to pick for favourites. I reckon they got early.
Interesting to see. Everyone does love a good underdog story, though. So,
oh yeah, massively.
Interesting.
And they've got Themistockel as well, so you know it's not like they've got players we've never heard of. Arrows has played quite a bit before as well. OT Jesus does go down, but he has taken. They've got access internally, but not too much yet. They've got to, you know, the inner circle, but doesn't mean a lot just yet. Vodka's coming back. Francesco on the flank. BG's taking a hit. Let's see what Bart can do now. Diana X on 15 kill streak as well, but the man of the moment. Mr. Baba Yaga. Takes one. He's down one. There's two. C4 on the beds. That is done and dusted. TGL might have actually brought the fire back on them, so we'll keep an eye on that. Back up the hill. XR Highly in chat says I was in Team Shitters. They are very sus. Again, obviously any raid footage, any sort of that stuff you can get us, you know, do pass it on to the staff. Always happy to reevaluate stuff. They'll be obviously watching the stream as well, the VOD highlights to see if anything's spotted, but you know, the more you can give us from a player's perspective, the better. The Flossy base is taking a bit of a hit here. Jeremy pushing really deep now with the impact at least. They haven't breached the compound proper yet, again. But, you know, if they find TC, do they need to? Triple Flossy on the flank. Danes 1, 2, 3. Voxy. Panther goes down. Panther is back up at the bag.
Yeah, just as you were mentioning before as well, obviously you did call this one. You know, we've seen Jeremy go at it time and time again. Not necessarily with Flossy, but when they do in fact play it, they are very, very good at what they do. As you can see there, Purplu is on a 10 kill streak from Jeremy. Jeremy are taking a few losses. Obviously you've got Manticora down at the back. You've got Pro 100, that's also gone. Big Papi T goes down in return, along with 3 Es.
And HSP have gone to RI, so Enyo couldn't stop that raid, and it was quite quick. So we'll go have a quick check of that. We'll see if there was any further development on that one. You can see just how much they've done. Yeah, they've got themselves inside. Just looking around, there's so many doors are on, and honestly, it looks like one of these door sections. They've taken a couple of stuff out, so it's hard to see where they've gone for, but they haven't had to go through too much to get the TC once they actually got in. They've gone in the right side, which is, you know, Just a little bit of fortune for them, which is good. A few raids elsewhere. Let's bounce around a bit more. See who's doing what. Emeritus under attack. It's by Iconic. Compound is breached. See what Limit can do. Oh, Pingu's open. Herio down, Pingu killed. Paying attention there. Who's that? Patrick the M2.
Yeah, the M2 fire going on now.
Bit of the old Dirk-a-Dirk.
It's really starting to put in work with it as well, putting a lot of pressure on. Obviously,
Yep.
Marito are taking losses at this moment in time.
Just checking the builder is Perry Danes on that one. Danes taking a bit of a hit, but I can't see who's done it or anything like that. But we're not talking anything substantive, so it's a brief glance. And to be fair, it might have been Emeritus with the Danes coming back for them and the Iconic and stuff. You know, it might have been something like that. Looking over at this fucking clusterfuck. What the shit? Walls everywhere. Diana, love this sort of drama. GN in the mix as well. GN have got a high rocket point to this. Then Rugang, second place Rugang, 142 points. They'll be getting raid defense points if they survive it. They'll get them, but at the moment, looking at this base is just for the taking from GN. High rocket down on them, and it's why they like building a tall base. Their base has got almost the same height as the base up the hill over here behind us for SG. So, sorry, PG.
Rugang, speaking of which, Ed Tripler is now on an 8 kill streak. Clearly he's having a good day at the office when it comes to his shooting game.
Yep.
The sheer amount of firepower going down at this base at the moment in time.
It's all on Rugang. Diana on the one side, GN raiding through the other in terms of boom. It's a bit mad. Diana, TVT have gone to VPN. That was quick. That's this. Oh shit, that was quick. The TVT were out trying to pick a fight with someone, so they've come back and died. But it's not taken, you know, it's not like they've just been insta-hit. This has been just, you were not paying attention, your base got leveled, and you've come back just at the right time to see somebody smack you facing. So, it's unlucky for TVT, but extensive bit of explosive work there done by VPN. Puts VPN into a big lead top there by about 42 points. It's looking alright for them. Rugang might fall out as well, which means, you know, big gap then before first and second. Let's go down to the next. Obviously, we saw that raid. So who else we got? Russia under attack here. So this was the spot we saw before where James's team was. Russia came for them this time round. They are built there, and Bing Bong just up from them. Which gives us a lovely little bit of caster headline for a Bing Bong Ding Dong. There you go, Yogi getting the C4 on the doors. Another breach. If we look, access point. If we look, door. Somebody just got crunched. Who's getting crunched? He head's clicking. Then Gerbers goes down. Bing Bong 9. Doing alright. And I like this little bit of elevation here from Russia. Just a little prop up. It's quite interesting. But they have got armor up top.
It does give that little little dynamic up top, which I think is nice. You know, it gives that sort of dynamic peak.
So you can hear the boom going off, but I just wonder how much. So Gerbers goes down. You got shit on 8 kill streak for VPN. They're doing alright so far. We've got 9 in the mix. Let's see anyone else have. So we'll dip on the Russia Bing Bong trading just for now. I want to go a bit further north. Checking into Fosse. It's a little bit of FPS. Oh, there we go. teleporting explosions. He's having some trouble. Wow.
It seems like this issue could be more of a server-side thing as opposed to a machine thing.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on that. Let's try going back in slowly.
Performance issues at the minute. Seems to be getting back under control though.
Well, perfect. Holding the peak onto the roof. I do apologise for just a few bits of the glitching, stuttering. So it is server side by the looks of it. Puppy T goes down. So it's a little bit slower from Jeremy here.
In time. No, really starting to get to work now.
Yeah.
The Flossie member goes down, Panther goes down. Got Torrell also goes down. Very minimal casualties for Jeremy at this moment in time. So it's an interesting one to see.
I mean, they are picking up the boom again. It's a bit stalled, and I wonder if it's because the server issue just lagging a little bit. Maybe they've slowed down a bit just to see if that'll help it, because it can be a bit, bit convenient when the server starts to struggle a little bit. And again, with the amount of aggression in this, it was so much less aggressive in the EU to start with. And you see over here as well a recoil. Taking the fight to TGL. Look, and they're all over them. No recoil. Got hit by TGL, so TGL. And now the target of their revenge. Not that we didn't think they'd come and clear them out anyway, but there's so much C4 going on, so many rockets. As we lose some of these teams, we will see the service to improve. Ken's in chat says, make things do with channel, please. That is something we'd like to do. Again, just had a caster meeting the other day. We're going to be having a management meeting soon. We'll be discussing all sorts of things for the stream, the event. But as Cubby said before, if you've got any suggestions, get in the basement of this pop suggestion channel. We do read them, I promise. Casters and staff alike, we do read everything. Tetsuhika goes down.
It's always interesting as well to implement something that the community have suggested rather than staff. Obviously, we ourselves sometimes do play it, but it's nice to see what people from the outside have to offer. Sometimes they can look at things in a different light how we maybe would. Sometimes, like I said, it is nice to react.
No recoil, really making big progress here. And again, it's not pretty from a camera web point of view while things settle, but given all the boom going on, that's not a surprise. I'm going to back out of here so I can just see who else is getting ready on the map and come back up. Danes are getting picked on by VG. Top spot going in on 14. That's 24 teams as well. You can see we have lost 4, so we're down to 20. 14 showing on the scoreboard. EU event we ended with 8. So given the aggression of N8, if we do end with 8 or more, this one, Yagi gets belted one. Danes not giving up just yet. There you go. Still slowly from Fiji here over, say, with the Danes. And managing to hold it, but slowly by slowly, but they're losing one by one down here in L18. But we're going to move back north then, so we'll go to L16, 15. There's a lot of boom going on. I'm surprised that Hull had started rocking to PG from the dome. But everyone's piling in on Rugang. VPN are also in the mix attacking the GM. So, see what happens there. Actually, the people in there, that is actually being raided. GN are being attacked inside. This is hella aggressive.
And you can see absolute carnage doing what his name describes, climbing up the outside of his own base to try and get back in with some ladders there. On the exterior. He's in now though. So the VPN are deep inside at this moment in time. Could pose quite a threat for GN. We do have to be careful.
Kazakh GK there. Kazakh JK for VPN, 8 kills. Boom continues. Boom, just boom everywhere. No wonder this is struggling. Everyone's having a pop at everyone. All the fighting between the two bases. GN taking on VPN's raid. After VPN get pushed off of Danes, so they've come to a by raid. Diana all over Rugang, which GN were helping with. Oh, we've got a new attack down H17 as well. BG under attack from Emeritus. So they've got 4 people home now, so Emeritus piling. VG will probably be leaving the... will probably have to leave GN base. There's core. Parts of it. But again, it's nicely segmented, as well as floor by floor. VG on the roof. VG going to peek over this. E-Tech goes down. Sushi Master's trying to look. Skirted in around the side. Jeremy on the 10 kill streak.
Once again, linking back to the exact same thing that you said earlier about Jeremy being no joke when it comes to you know, fighting with other players and a certain dominance. Speaking of a certain dominance, VPN are doing very, very well to hold this down at the moment. Obviously, they do have outside control, which is always a massive help. But inside as well, which is good to see.
Yep. Emeritus are trying, but it's going to be very difficult. VG in the keep, so we'll back away from VG's base because it looks pretty much wrapped up. Let's go back over to, I used to say, VPN on GM. Because VPN do hold that base. Bang on, 1 hour to go.
To bring in the 1 hour mark with DX from VPN flying a mini straight into the side of GN's base and dying instantly. All whilst being naked as well.
Yeah, some people are not born to be pilots.
Definitely one of them.
Some more raids going up north and on the west coast. So let's have a look on the west coast. Might be a bit quieter for the server. Wolf making a push on Icon. It's not very good base inside. This is very stone.
Look up against a team, you know, like Warface, Iconic, all the teams that you wouldn't want to you know, mess around with have come to clash with each other, of course. Iconic being the defenders and the owners of this base. Warface definitely not a team you want to be messing with.
Let's see where PPP is.
PPP. Good question.
There he is.
Managed to find his way to the centre. He's doing a little bit of damage here and there. Does look like a very intelligent design, in fairness.
Just having a look and see what we can see on the map as well behind the scenes. So yeah, it's just a big amount of warfare going on. They are booming everything and anything at the moment. There's GN have been eliminated by VPN. So the big tower base is gone. There's a lot of doors going here in this base as well. Impact. Mechanic, sorry. There doesn't feel like there's much base left to destroy, but still looking for the PC. Bomb opens the door. They're already in behind him anyway. No real blue as well on a 10-kill streak. So down to searching through the nooks and crannies. Jace takes onto the roof. The Meritos getting in the mix too now. Interesting move. Winding down. Or has that been a server?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, so
Server
I will do
disconnect.
a status report with you in just a minute. I'll go find out what's going on. I will be 2 minutes.
Bring out the bear. There you go, we're back. Technical difficulty screen. The Rust Bear. It's PNG o'clock. Look, the solo Kaz while Cubby goes and investigates on behalf of the staff. Obviously, the other staff will be investigating, but Cubby's going and searching as my personal attack dog. War pig. Whatever you want to call him. Once again, EU is better than NA for the server. So what does that tell us? Naughty again. So PM probably looking the most dangerous. Iron surprisingly in second, or last we checked was second. Jaren, as expected, were quite high. A little bit surprised saying no recall, we're not far behind as well. But a little bit surprised they weren't perhaps pushing higher. Same Enyo and Big Mong doing alright. So it's looking good. Because the teams like PG were hit by having one of their players banned. So a few teams lost a couple of people to being naughty, getting told off for being abusive in chat and whatnot. So, you abide by the rules, you keep your players, that's it. But hopefully we'll have this back up and running very soon. If you didn't catch the EU event earlier as well, we did have quite a tournament. So the Hall of Fame you can see on the basement of Discord. You can see 9v9 winners for EU were GG, well played. We have a record score of 656 points. There's a bit of a madness went on there. Team statement was it was so easy. But that was Deathwing, Trousy, Albin, Vzoe, Iceman, Dylan Zito, Selfish BG, Baba Yaga, and Dutham. And the 9 of them tore through the event. huge scoreline. Second place, Uwu had 567, which is just a monster. And to be second, unreal. Jeremy third, 435. Diana fourth, 410. KLK fifth place, 318. Y9. James in that lot building their little weird tank RP 282. VG in 7th, 223. And TGL last 8th place in 121. And again, it was a little bit mean to them, a bit of flame, but equally, they survived the event. So many teams didn't.
We are back with a little bit of an update. So it
Have we
is
broke it? So I'm on tenterhooks now. It's a what?
What was that? Sorry, Kaz.
Didn't, and nothing you said came through, mate.
Oh, so basically the server has crashed, and we are currently looking into a result for it. We believe it's the same thing that has happened time and time again before, but we are looking on a permanent fix. Hopefully, it should come back up soon.
Well, we'll keep you updated as soon as we can. Obviously, you can stay entertained through the Base Invaders Discord. Equally, though, as well, one thing we can do while we're here is show you the Base Invaders YouTube channel.
Thought you were going to say have a dance off. I got
God,
excited
no.
then. Only fun and games in this channel. Nothing less. Staff channels as a current.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a wait and see. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's a good time to grab a drink if you want to do something like that. Pop to the bathroom. So unfortunately, it's we were just saying before, Cubby, while you weren't here, EU better than NA. It's been a repeat thing with the NA server. Unfortunately, with we fix something, it breaks again. We fix something else, it breaks again. It's a bane of our existence. But it looks good on EU.
EU seems to be a very stable form at the minute, which is always nice to see. Obviously, we sometimes host meetings here, and it's been discussed sometimes by people that haven't really looked into it, sort of thing. Why can't we just host the NA off EU? Well, then it would not be in an NA server anymore, and therefore the ping for the NA players would be significantly higher.
Yeah. That said, obviously, when we also consider the fact that quite a lot of Russian players are, out and about.
That's it. We've got to keep everyone integrated as much as we possibly can, and NA is just the perfect spot for that, really.
Well, while we're on this, obviously, on the downside, just getting the YouTube channel up. Do tell us, any favourite moments of base events so far, other than server crashes. Whether it's this event, other events, let us know. And obviously, we do have lots of highlights out there. It's always good to know what people enjoy, what they don't.
Quick little update as well. It does appear like the server will be coming back up, and we are going to restart with 56 minutes that was originally left just before the crash there. I don't believe there's been any rollback, and everyone should still maintain the points that they had beforehand. Obviously, we will not be involving the staff team with compensation or anything like that, just to keep the integrity of the game. But other than that, at the moment, that's the latest.
Yep. So we'll try and get ourselves back in. See while it's doing that. Still stay on this screen just for a moment. because we don't want to break anything or show anything being broken or show any codes or anything like that. Because, you know, keep it secret, keep it safe. As you can see there, just got a bit of the old window capture up. You can see that is our Rustoria channel on YouTube. Only 153 subscribers at the moment. Get subscribing. We are going to be making a push on that on the Rustoria Discord as well. Because, you know, Ryan JD, Christ. Ryan has got 39.8k, and a lot of them will be coming over to us here, seeing as his channel just been for a few updates, but we are now the host of Rustoria content going forward. You can see upload schedule. You can catch our charity stream, Stammer Ukraine, hosted by myself alongside Fancy Orb and Confusion YT, as well as a bunch of VODs from previously. And going forward, we'll have some more of the YouTube shorts and stuff will be shared across to stuff like TikTok and Instagram as well. Just trying to hit you from all angles with all the Rust and Base Invaders and Rustoria stuff in general. Get a boatload of stuff on the go. So we are back in the server. People are just logging back in. So before we show you that, obviously we'll leave that on the screen for a second. Just going to put the camera commands back in. So we have all the normal camera speeds. Because otherwise we're going to be flying around like an absolute disaster. And as soon as these are all back in, then we can bring you back on screen.
This stream of players coming back in now. Doesn't seem to be any sort of
Aftermath.
yeah, it seems fairly stable again, which is good to know.
Yeah, we seem safe.
Right, according to some of the players.
Well, we're turning the bear off. We're turning the text off. We're turning the image off.
That is
We are back.
That is going to be a little bit controversial.
Yep, iconic eliminated by Warface.
Obviously, as people are still logging in. A little bit of a disapproval in the chat. Another one there, TGL, now eliminated by no recoil. And I have no doubt that this is going to cause some form of aftermath.
Yep, you'd imagine so.
Little bit of a disapproval, but other than that, you know, we are working hard to fix it. I've just sent my crash report off to the devs here at Rustoria, so hopefully, you know, we can look into it further and maybe find something that's going wrong.
Well, we're outside VG. Outside with VG, rather, sorry. Dane's holding off. More VG coming in though, so this raid's going to pick up in a second. Got more explosions going over here as well. Is there's attack alley gone down? Yes, it is. Attack alley's gone down right side of Rugang.
Going to bring even more unwanted attention to those at the minute.
So they're repairing as quick as they can, but will it be enough? Can it be enough? So this was the raid on the side. Warface got out, got rid of Iconic. And in fairness, they already work quite a lot through the base, you know, and the same for TGL. We understand the frustrations of, you know, these things. Not great. You know, coming back in to find you're instantly taken out, but at the same time, these teams were already, you know, 99% of the way done with their raid anyway. You know, even if there was a split second where you're not there to stop them. So you see there, one of the Flossie members kicked. Not sure if that was a complaint or they said something they shouldn't have done, but naughty, naughty.
Certainly the latter of those two options, completely out of order.
Well,
obviously, no repetition of what was said or the topic, but it will not be tolerated here. At the end of the day, you know, as we've mentioned countless times before to our many viewers and players alike, you know, we are just a service provider for a video game. That is as far as it goes, and when you look down to the black and white of it, that is all. Some people just get a little bit too engrossed sometimes, a little bit overzealous.
yeah, well, obviously, you know, we understand it's competitive. It is, you know, some people will say, oh, it's, you know, one of those situations where, you know, these games are just for fun. It's like, yeah, there is a fun element, but yeah, we understand that people want to compete and want to try properly.
Yeah, definitely. At the end of the day, there's always going to be that competitive element, but you know, people have to understand there's rules in place to make sure that the competitive element doesn't stretch beyond, you know, moving into any type of hatred or bigotry. You seem to be back up and running now.
Yep, Cuban Link would have felt that one from the Russia boys down the side there. It's very much a bit of back and forth here. It's a slog for them.
Tell you something. This could be the biggest controversy of the evening. So currently down in L18 where I have woken up, VG are currently raiding Danes and they have currently got one member on to defend.
Yep, I'm back here now. Dreamer was the one that was on the roof. There was only two of them on there.
Yeah. And now these two teams have been having a little bit of a back and forth in chat.
Oh, Dreamer gets the kill though.
And, oh, it does seem like VG are coming for vengeance. They're going for the throat, the jugular, one could say. Dreamer does go down though. It's not looking good for him. And Danes are eliminated by VG.
Yep, TC was up on the side somewhere. I can't see where. I didn't see where the boom was coming from. So Danes are gone. Not sure why they're shooting each other, but you know, maybe they're excited. So Danes are out. I do think Danes probably had their players just decide they're not coming back after the DC. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
SG have been keeping an eye on this, and I think SG will make some moves shortly.
Like a true commander, Dreamer decided to go down with the ship and log back in for one final last-ditch effort.
Yep. So Warface are on the roll again, 4th place, 3 points off second, really. So Rugang in second, just because they raid defending so far. Amazed they're still in it. But if Warface take TC here, it goes 2-7-3, plus any kills they get in the Meritos. They're starting to catch up. So we had them raid. They raided Shitters and got a TC that, yeah, we had someone in chat say maybe was sus. They've just taken out Iconic again, just as they got back in before them. Now they're pushing on to Meritos. But this one will be a proper test of them. This is a big base, a good base. So unless TC happens to be on one of these panels straight in front of us, the fight's not that easy for them. You can see inside. Advent kind of stuff. Well, all the doors. Have they been raided already, or they forgot to put doors on? What is this?
You know what? I'd probably say it was the latter, because looking at this, you can see some of the doors on the interior are open as well. And that really bodes well.
Yeah.
Just to the south as well of this base, you can see that Yanti is up on the hill with a rocket launcher in hand, now an AK. Does go for the spray down on 1, 2, 3. Does pick him off as well. Hurricane seems to be circling around, getting closer.
Jeremy's on the side too. They're all lingering around the outside. Should see who's in. PP's inside, booming through the inner. Now we see falling onto court. He's about to find the bedroom. Cario doesn't get the kill. Wow. Oh, here we go. Slots PP though. It's a good kill. lot of boom coming in from the outside. They seem to be shooting a lot through this gap as well. We're keen on this side.
The extent of the damage now. It's starting to ring true.
Yeah, going back to chat as well, obviously what you said about, you know, being tournament. Fetching Chris says, yeah, people enter the tournament for free, they can only have a minimum level of upset. And again, we do allow some VIP access, but it's Rustoria VIP, not a Base Invaders thing, you know. Generally used. I think there is a Base Invaders VIP as well, isn't there? But
yeah, I believe so.
you know, most people are coming in with a Rustoria one. Either or, like I say, you know, they choose to use that as well. You can still, there's plenty of spaces for free as well as for VIP. And especially considering if you do use a VIP, it's just your team register that needs the VIP. So as long as one person in your team's got it, realistically, you know, we're talking cents, pennies for Kerio. Just got told there by solo player. There's two-pronged raid here from the same team. Just trying to see where they come. What? Too far for that one. Poking around the one side.
Momius out the back there as well. Don't know what he's currently doing. Doesn't seem to be making much noise, just maybe chilling. He has breached one of the walls I can see here, but as far as progress goes, not too much as of yet.
Yep, so looking around the map, we've got a bit of a raiding going up top. Say, you know, RI have now come around Russia. Bing Bong were all over it, but RI are the ones making the push. BG for no recall, 8 kill streak. RI are holding on. X-Tone has gone down as well, but the rest of look at RI just dropping dead, you know. Russia are holding firm.
Pick from Magadan, one of the many people that we see week in, week out here. One of the decorated members of this community.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen actual Magadan come in to the team, so you know, but teams break up, they fall apart, dynamics, people change games, you know. A lot of these people play other stuff as well as Rust, CSGO, Valorant, you know. There's a shared shooter community. Bing Bong making a push now as well. The right time to make a move. Even Link cleans up around the back. Lil Pip still here though. Gets down to Master. Taken out by Deshawn and Gazebo Gamer. Grandek, what's Grandek going to do here? Alright, should know he's there. Gazebo Gamer goes down. Deshawn will be the one to try and make the push, but someone cover up top, very difficult.
Well, free for all at this moment in time. The ones that are somewhat with the most part at the minute. Just members there. RI are coming in though. Russia with their spawn inside the base is theirs.
It's a bit of a bloodbath around here, the three-way fight. Can hear some new boom though, so I'm just trying to see where that's popping off. Don't think it's as far safe as this, but let's have a quick check. Might be. VG have rocked up on the back of Emeritus, trying to steal from Warface. Now we just sit back and watch. This is just going to be a pummeling. These guys are just leveling this corner out. And honestly, it's the right thing to do. Shock and awe. Heavy, heavy munitions fire. A couple of rockets falling short. Hopefully, as soon as I say that, it slows down. Jomius goes down to sieves. You can hear a few of the shots hitting up the hill though. It's not so protected, you know, that they can't be hit.
It's still coming down. Wall after wall disappearing. Really going to start to affect the stability soon. Now we're in for that little breach in the compound.
Yep. BG will want to push up sooner rather than later. They risk getting caught from behind by anyone else who spots the noise. So they're doing a good job of hammering into this base. But it relies on them to push further in now. And Shilov is inside. Doors are open around this bit. Didn't even need that, but they got walls up. Don't even know what that corner unit is. I don't dare go through it in case they fucked it. Oh dear. BG holding shooting floor though. Yeah. Look outside, Warface. Been pushed back out of the base. VG still holding distance. But if you insist. So boxes in there, doors, bad. Couple of small furnaces. So that side of what we're doing so they've got their way into some loot. Beyond that though, I haven't got too much. Look around the map. This is one of 4 roads gone on. Let's have a quick look at the J1415. This is hub. And yo. Daddy Woody gets the kill on Banana Man. Apollo helping out. Steve's making a push on the music. Here. It's not. Oh, slowly getting back up. There you go. Is there a gun? Very hard to kill any of these people. Daddy Woody will spot him any second. Goes down. They seem very much like they're just grubbing any gear they can do at this point. Synergy and Hoax. Steve-O spawns again and instantly dies. Mac from around the back too. And man trying to grub. Yeah, well, they're in trouble, but SG going in the back too, so you've got Enyo fighting PG and SG trying to come from behind. Santi goes down, Ola Amigos goes down, GTK1 is doing okay, Lupo as well, but being spotted out from a distance. You've got PG up on top of Dome calling out shots. 2 beams there, Santi and Migos. Kashmir takes Rapollo. Can Kashmir survive the attack from behind though? Blue Sky. US2K. I can't read tonight. It's horrible.
It's being traded from both sides. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it feels like this one's bogged down as well, I think. Let's head up to J9, J8. Alright, making the moves. Bing Bong going in again. Alright, are deeper this time. Both teams are. If Russia are taken out, they're the highest team eliminated so far. Obviously changes per scoreboard, but Russia are in 9th at the moment. Them Gerbers, Jackie in the bed out. Rainbows did say, you know, we wouldn't see a Jackie or a chainsaw kill. great if someone runs out of a clip and just switches to a Jackie for a finisher. Here comes our right from downstairs, though. Oh, Gazebo Gamer getting jokey. Zeb's taken out by them Gerbers. Gazebo still below. Max, are you going on 8 kill streak? Gazebo, can they take up? Nope. Gerber's on a roll. Salty below as well. At this point, you'd love to have an F1. Is he going to peek it? Oh, good jump.
It's all around now. Really starting to rack up.
Feels close. Spidey senses tingling. Both teams are deep on this space. Don't see how Russia can last a little longer. You can see trying a few rockets, trying a few bits. There's some doors left. More doors to come.
Starting to fall down now.
Yeah, there's not much left. I think Bing Bong could get it, but you never know. RI might be able to sneak it. Slow down there. Where's the boom? Again, if Bing Bong ran out, what's going on? I can see they've got launchers, but... Brendak in here trying to fight his corner, goes down to 9. Gosky's somewhere upstairs above us as well. See the firing outside as well. Russia on their roof defending. Goongrail just lurking outside. Have a quick look further north because more boom going off. Flossie. They've held on for quite a while. They're in 12th place, 161 points. Jeremy still all over them, but so are no recall now. And this base is honestly been gutted. It's really not much standing. I think no recall would take this. And if they do, then that would put them on to 334 points, 2 points off VPN. So if anyone wants it, it would be no recall. And VPN area 2. Wow, top spot VPN. Trying to steal this out from under the nose of Jeremy and no recoil.
Person I feel sorry for at this moment in time would be Flossie themselves. Stay in a very, very, very poor situation here. You got VPN, you got no recoil. You also, of course, got Jeremy. All three very well enabled teams. You know, they've shown time and time again what they can do, not only in PvP situations but also raid ones. So I think Flossie are looking in a bit of trouble at the minute.
Just enjoying the firefight. Oh.
There's bodies dropping left, right and centre.
Let's have a quick look down at E17 again, because obviously Warface and VG... No, VG are contesting up north as well. They're also still contesting with the Meritos base. And if they can take two fronts, if they can steal Flossie and take out an Eritos, then I don't see anyone catching. With just under half an hour to go.
There's with the M2. Not Emeritus even with the M2. Naked M2? Naked M2. It's an interesting one.
Where am I looking? Sorry. Kitek, perhaps?
He's dead now. he was alive for a couple of seconds. I can't honestly remember his name. I believe.
Kitek Elite was out on the trip. Yeah, was out on the tree line.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the man himself. Tell by his character model.
They're making slow, steady work here, VG, but it's just slow and steady. You know, it started off so explosive, so fast. Is that? No, it's building block. Christ. I saw a brown bit and was like, oh. Getting excited. Too excited.
Yeah, still sending these rockets in though, nice and well, I suppose quicker now.
So there's less of a fight back from Warface. I'm worried if Warface might be out of stuff, and that's why it's a bit free reign for VG to do this. But it's there it is. That is TC hidden there.
I'm covered.
So let's see if VG spot this.
No. Gonna need to, hopefully, unless it's spotted by a stray rocket, which should help.
Also, apologies for getting VG and VPN caught up this tournament. It doesn't help having two teams same name or similar name. It's not as bad as when we had Team 313, 33, and 333. That was a chaos week. I am surprised that VG haven't spotted this on the outside, though. Civs is close.
I think from the angle they're at, it's not.
Well, Civ showed himself in there. Yanti gets to clean up. Again. TC currently living to fight another day at the moment.
It's done right being tucked away.
Yep. Momius
How long
and
for?
Jomius up the hill. It's difficult. Oh, Momius goes down. Civs does too, though. Jomius caught finally, so hilltop clean out will be dealt with, and they can start fresh. So the good news is we know the inside stuff's not going to be too much of an issue. Bad news is, one of these rockets hits through. All we need is from VG, one of these rockets to slip through that gap at the top. And the splash will take it TC. Can they get the TC damage out there? Can they get the rockets in? It's all going to be quiet from VG up the hill. This gets hit out. More Warface.
Still up. player.
Now, what's
Holding
interesting
it
there
as
as well
it's-
is 3 Warface players just jumped down, maybe 4 even, and all started to run this way.
No, obviously falling off. Surely.
Pyrokeens can see, so maybe it's Pyrokeens being downed while they all ran this way. Oh. So a couple more rockets in through here. They're so close, just wide of the mark. Solar player goes down. Sushi Master. And it is strange because obviously again with the stream on at the moment being a 5-minute delay, I am looking at the side stream, of what we've just cast and it's been broadcast out. And you can see, 5 minutes ago, they're hitting the wall right here on this TC and just didn't finish the job. Which is very, just very unlucky. They've blown out all the other walls near it, but just didn't carry this on. Now, will VG come inside the compound and have a look and spot this?
Sig didn't even have a chance. They're really getting close now.
Yeah, he's gone down. Saves. None of them have looked up yet. Oh! Warface got it! Boba spotted it from distance. Warface get Emeritus. So that puts Warface 1 point off first. 357 to VPN's 358. VG miss out by literally probably 1 or 2 rockets worth of damage on that side wall. But that's, that's the margins they have to deal with. Let's go back towards Dome. Our U-Gang are pushing on PG. I can't believe our U-Gang have managed to push out. In all honesty. The amount of battering they were taking from GN. Obviously it's VPN got in on GN, so that did our U-Gang a favour. Now, last place PG, 120 points. They are our team 15 left. Only 14 make the leaderboard, and we've got 21 minutes, 48 seconds until the end of play. Just going to watch them slap this one up.
Team. As you can see here. See, You know, this base is really starting to take pummeling now. You know, you've got Bing Bong here, you've got RI, all causing problems. That's it. Got RI here, VPN. All starting to give Russia a really difficult time now. Definitely, you know, stability is a massive thing in Rust, and with all the holes and whatnot, you know, it's quite evident that it would. Yeah, I mean, I think that's, you know, a massive part of it. Sometimes, you know, you come to events like this and people say 10 mans, 12 mans, 4 mans, whatever the number, you know, there's always a different amount of resources that you have to allocate between building and crafting kits. And sometimes people just completely underestimate it.
Also, apologies, I may have been muted on stream there briefly. Say brief, probably from this rate, probably a couple of minutes. I'm suffering from some hay fever today, which is pretty minging, so trying not to cough down the mic and all sorts. So if I was quiet and it was one-sided, I do apologise. But all we said was basically the raids are stuck around 3 locations. Team PG, Rugang, and further north, then around Flossie. But also Russia, so that's with 4 locations. But PG's calmed down, so we'll stick to 3. I was right. Bit more action in this one now. Ping bong. I can hear the boom, I can't see the boom. Just trying to spot where it is. Satori goes past on the horse. Warface. Oh, there you go. I believe actually, I believe it's Russia on the roof. Yeah, they're rocketing off their own roof. Killing. Oh, PP goes down to a rocket shot. 8 kill streak for PG. 15 kill streak for 2 KOs. Again, it's just, it's so close. It's been so close, but it's just not close enough. They're pushing in, but they're not quite getting the boom away. And again, looking at the Flossie base.
That once again, like you mentioned, Riot, you know, going back to the resources thing, it's so important that you're, you know, unleashing as many rockets as you possibly can in the short amount of time. Obviously, with the player capacity that we have, you know, it doesn't take long before people that you don't want there turn up ready to cause all sorts of problems.
Yeah, and so the damage is coming in, I say, over at Flossie's base like Russia's. You know, they're still taking hits, but it's just... It's once in every while rather than being smash, 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 smash. You know, I'd expect to have seen repeated holes through this base. You know, you could walk through all sides, and yet there's not. There's a door there on the side. Why has it not been blown? There's access points here. Okay, great. But you get inside. There's no, you know, there's no escape points on every side possible. If the base is really to be done with, you go around and you smash every hole possible. And you know, the fact Flossie's base hasn't got that, even though it's got a big chunk missing at the side, just shows people. You know, people have. Lax. They're here for PvPing rather than for the raiding, it seems. And it's a shame.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I completely agree with you.
They were hitting hard early, you know, when is it a case of, yeah, misjudged, didn't want to farm. I hope it's a misjudged. Because with the 20 times rates the server uses, you know, there's no excuse not to be flying through. Obviously, at this point now, though, we are seeing the rockets come through the side. They're burning a hole in. But even then, you know, we are inside the last 12 minutes, and it's taken that point. The Flossie still on an event. If this had been any other event, you know, smaller team size, Flossie would have been dealt with well before now. We have a raid out in the countryside. Ooh. VPN are getting raided solo by Show 8.
And this right here is a man you can rely on. I'm going to do a quick TP over there to yourself.
Yep, he's burning through this one quickly. Also, we can see through doors. No TC in there, no TC in there. Just get rid of DXO VPN. No, he's here. Quite a few of them have come back as well. But look at that, they were first place for so long. Eve goes down 2 to Show 8. And you got shit on. Oh, Heartless. Oh, he goes finally. But it was a good effort. But still, look how many people they sent home to deal with Show 8. Respect on that. You know, in a similar way to the Yogi, one of those players you can send, or Lil Pick, you know, one of those players you can send out lonesome. And then get stuff done. But, see, in that case, didn't quite get enough. Now, whose base is this? Is this Enyo? No, this is RI. So Enyo are all over RI, and RI do know about it.
Always good to see, you know, Enyo and RI both like lower down. But you know, it's good to see that they are still fighting for some sort of competition.
Yep. Well, I mean, if Enyo get the kill here, Enyo do jump to 7th. So they did take a TC here. So it's not bad. And again, you know, normally you'd see date value playing with them. Being their builder, letting them get out there and stuff. So the The fact Date's not here as well does, you know, it does have an impact. I know people think, oh, builders, builders, but they still take a lot of the pressure off teams by, you know, let them focus on that. They just gather materials for them, job done. And they go, right, you go do your thing, get your eye in on the kills, that sort of thing. I'll focus on getting the base ready. You just go and get in the groove, and you know, it makes a difference.
Yeah, I think the good thing is with Date as well, he's a very dynamic player as well. You know, we've seen him time and time again when he comes to these events. You know, he's very quick at building. He comes with a set idea. He adapts it to its surroundings. But then he's also very good with gunplay as well. So he's a really, really good asset to the team in terms of that because, you know, 9 times out of 10, you know, you see builders nowadays that are incredible at building, but put them an AK in front of someone and they will struggle.
I mean, I wouldn't
really
say
will.
very good at gunplay, you know, but nah. Date's solid. He's good
I'll
at what
let
he
you
does.
explain that one.
Yeah, I'm just going to DM shortly. Oi, fuck face. Well,
yeah, that'll be it later on.
yeah, Team BG, 12th place, 240 points. Making a big push now onto SG. Who are in 8th place. If they get them out, they will basically jump positions and swap. There's Sin. Jumped off the roof or something. Not sure what happened there. Oh no, jumps actually. Sin jumped off the helicopter. The mini. Tunnel guy. Tried to get him on the roof as a bit of a counterplay. Didn't work. So now we see what VG can do. 8 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Any other raids going on nearby? Rugang trying to cause some trouble with PG. Again, I'm surprised. And this comes back to the sort of lack of boom. Flossie's base still standing. Should have been gone ages ago. PG got attacked. The base isn't up to much. You know, it's a solid 5x5. But that base ordinarily would have been taken out as well. And okay, you know, Rapollo is the Jillian frag. You know, they've got some good shooters. There's no doubt in that. But given the size of the base, given the style of the base, it's not too difficult to take down. And it's just like just a little bit surprising the way some people have, you know, underperformed today.
Yeah, I think it falls back to the numbers. You know, people come in and like we were saying with the resources, you know, you can underestimate the amount of resources you need, but as well, it comes into the same thing when you're fighting. You know, I think when you're fighting in big numbers, you sort of have that inner restriction with yourself. Like, you know, there's a lot of numbers, so if you push out, 9 times out of 10 you'll die. So sometimes people play a lot more passive, I find.
Yeah. Well, it feels like, say, a lot of PvP points going here. No recall, 424 points. They're currently top, so they're extending their gap now. Rugang second, 412. VPN third, 404. Warface 390. Jeremy 355. 15 teams left. We'll say we only had 8 left in the EU. Started slower, but ended with a bit more of a bang. This time round, more people have survived, but again, all we need is one elimination and every team will make the scoreboard. Question is though, who goes? Will Flossie go? Will Russia go? Will Rugang go? You know, we've got a few teams under fire at the moment. I think personally I'm going to go with VG taking out SG. But even then, SG are no pushovers, you know. VG are doing okay for themselves, but
Leave. All hands on deck at the minute for Russia. See, at this moment in time, RI, Bing Bong, Enyo coming into the background now. They've just appeared, and, you know, you've got Warface as well, Pyrokeens, PPP. The familiar faces that we know and love here at Base Invaders, really coming through now to give Russia a difficult time. You can see on the roof, you got Lil Pick that's gone down, Pen Hop also down. Inky's up. Well, it doesn't look really fit for fighting, to be honest. He's got a launcher and he's naked. Shoots a rocket desperately at Jamesy there.
And so Jamesy does go down then.
He does, yeah.
It's just a lot of back and forth. So Warface is a real big push now that Warface might steal this out. If they do, they come very close to no recoil. If Warface can take this, look at the seeds they're putting on. That's what you want to see from teams. Rocket, rocket, rocket. Enyo flying in too. Kashmir go for a roof landing.
Seems to have taken out the entire top part of that shooting floor, which is good to see. We finally found a pilot that can do something.
Yeah, Kashmir swung that round nicely. Twig goes down to Synergy. Look at the boom coming in here. Keep an eye on Kashmir just in case he was doing something special. But Warface are pounding this down. And it does seem to motivate everyone else to kick up a bit. You can see the gunfire's picked up a lot more as the rockets have picked up the pace.
Yeah,
Almost like a drummer setting the tempo.
He's landing on the roof there. It does die instantly though, however, to the turrets.
Yeah, you heard them pop off.
Blowing.
Barrakeens goes in. We're inside the last 5 minutes, sorry. So we're inside 3 minutes. Oh, they've gone. TC was up here. 3 minutes 40 to go. And Warface are now 14 points off first. They've sat second ahead of Rugang. So we are down to our last 14. Everyone here will show on the scoreboard at the end if they survive. Question is though, will they survive? And you might fancy the chance of just having a poke at Bing Monk here. Give Jamesy some stick, get some extra points. They're in 9th place. A few points would put them a bit close to SG rather than to Flossie, as is the case at the moment. Especially if VG would take out SG, you know. I know it's an extra person out, but it's an extra person that potentially can jump them. So a quick look back at Flossie, just to see what's going on here. No recoil all over this. It's say 2 minutes 50. They want to get this. That will secure them the win pretty much. As I said before, given how little of Flossie's base is left as Pappy T goes down. Oh, murder. Look at his bags. And somebody's bolting as well. Pretty sure Kangaroo went down outside. Bolt's ringing out in the distance. Oh, DX goes down. Who's bolting over the distance? Oh, it's Foxy. Foxy with the the bolty. Popping people there. There comes Pro with the big old wagon. We've got 2 minutes to go. So no recoils to lose. There's not that many people in the mix.
Now.
Yeah. Quick look here at SG. Because SG have got themselves out. VG are out there too. A lot of damage, but it's just more of a scrap really, isn't it? So...
All the P's, taking no time at all.
Yeah, well, got minute 15 to go. Diana are all over PG as a hub. You can hear the C4 going in. Are they close to TC? Not from this angle. There's your ladder structure. There's the ceiling. 54 seconds to go. They're pushing. I'd be surprised if we see someone else go out. But for all I was being a bit grumbly, it's been a bit more of an exciting end. The last sort of 5 minutes has been a bit of a pop-off for teams. We remembered that they actually can raid people. Stop pussyfooting around. Within, brave to be at that window line. Gets just dealt with. Ragdolls down the side of the wall. 20 seconds. Raids popping up all over the place here. RI under attack. VPN up to something out in the woods over here. But we're going to go back over to Flossie. 10 seconds. The server's lagging. Oh, it's disgusting. Look at this. Flossie, Jeremy, no recoil. VPN.
This is a perfect end to a very, very, very strange event this evening. In terms of server stability. But that is it. What an event.
So no recoil, win. It's basically 2 wins today for the majority of that team, if not the same team. 479 points. Close second place then. 10 points behind Warface. 469. VPN 464. Rugang 445. Jeremy 370. Again, the gap between 4th and 5th particularly is a bit of a gulf. Diana close behind them 364. Bing Bong 355. SG 349. Flossie 312. Enyo 278 making up the top 10. And then VG 271. Hub 255. RI 249. And PG in last place on 205. But last, but they did survive. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and grab an interview with the winners. And I'll let Cubby go chase them. We'll have a quick run through the stats just while we see if they're available. Just give you the lowdown.
Yeah, I will be back in just a moment then.
That's all good.
Go ahead and drop you a message when they are ready.
Excellent. And so we did try to catch them after EU. Couldn't. They were a bit busy, and when they came back and went, yeah, we're interested. And we'd already finished stream. So we'll try and get in on that. But let's have a quick look at the stats. And if it'll get rid of some of the team names, let's see if we can just turn off the radar or not. Great. That is honestly a terrible point. Disconnect these people. Come on. Oh dear. That is a bit of a short-sightedness. Let's skim through, see if it'll change anything. Yeah, these players should be disconnected by now. That's not allowing us to see the stats. You can see 1 raid defense there for no recoil. 419 kills, 279. Bart tops the kills again this time, though, tied on 62 with Blue. 57, 47, 45, 43, 38. Obviously a few more on that team that won't show because it only shows 7 out of the 9. Wish we could see how many raids complete from no recoil, though. Ironically, it's their own names that are blocking this, but still. You'd think the radar would have turned off after the event ends. Cool, so we're going to jump down into the team chat now. Have a quick catch-up with our winners today. No recoil.
4th, 5th party.
I don't know how I will stop fragging. I thought I got 1 kill with it.
So
Hi, guys.
we are now here with No Recoil, who are tonight's winners. And we'd just like to basically get a statement from you guys, just to basically see how your event went and how you managed to gel together in order to come out on top this evening.
Pure
Okay.
luck.
We're just built different, honestly, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, two events in a row, Baba Yaga top kills.
I want
cheated.
therapy. I want therapy now.
To all the kids.
Do you pay therapy for everyone?
No, Tayo stop fragging.
To all these fucking kids that are only sitting, spraying, triple headshotting every time.
Yeah.
He's not wrong about
Shit
that.
cans.
So there could have been a lovely heartwarming story about how you all found each other in the land of Rust, and instead it's just and you need therapy is what we're gathering.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Isn't that obvious?
it's Rust.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say-
very true.
And just to prove how Rust it is, obviously the scoreboard at the end, we can see the scoreboard. We can't actually see all your stats because the player names are blocking off the numbers, which is fantastic. But I'll say, I'm presuming you got a couple of raids off. A lot of kills and stuff. Oh, yeah, well, one then.
raid.
Fine. I'll say a lot of PvP kills seem more like... Is it your feeling that 9v9s is a lot harder to raid and therefore better to just pick a couple of fights you think are good and just fight your way through?
It's just easier to get kills when killing people.
Yeah,
because
there's more people to kill.
20,000
I mean, it's not
nakeds.
like we weren't trying to raid someone. We were trying to raid people. We just never found TC. But while looking for TC, we got kills. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like both at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, EU event was a bit of a slow start and then got crazy towards the end. NA seemed like a really fast start to the raid phase and then it slowed down a bit. Me and Cubby were saying, did it feel like people, again, were running out of boom or maybe misjudged how much they needed to raid? Because I know obviously you mentioned not finding TC so easy. Again, looking at some of the builds, some interesting builds out there, but some of the builds were very basic. And again, like I say, you guys got stuck in on Flossie for ages with Jeremy and stuff. You know, was it
Can
more
we
a
not
case
talk
of-
about that?
As it did seem a bit of a clusterfuck. What was going on there? Because we had to say VPN came in. You had Jeremy. I'm trying to think who else you had in the mix.
I think
There was
VPN came in about 4 times,
No,
Yep.
we
and then
killed-
the last time they just decided to camp our beds the whole time.
we every single time VPN came over, we wiped them. But it's just the fact that there's like 3 other teams in the base with Flossy. When we push in.
I mean, was Flossy even in that base?
Yeah,
It's
there
their
was-
base.
It's the
Wait,
best.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, in fairness to Flossy,
Never.
they
I haven't
kind of belong
seen.
there.
I haven't even seen them.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
really
fucking.
liked
I
them.
thought it was Jeremy's base because I just kept killing naked there.
Yeah, I mean, on that note, Voxy in the Twitch chat and T got in the Base Invaders Discord chat were both saying they got between 10 and 20 points for what was, for the most part, a near entire raid phase defense. It's like, so I can sympathize with there, but
Well,
you
they
gotta say-
should defend better and faster.
Yeah, honestly.
They got 5 defenses. So yeah.
Yeah, the EU event, man. Last 10 minutes of attack phase, 19 points. What was that?
So, so the last question will be then, obviously, you're on a bit of a win streak at the moment. Do you reckon you can carry on going into next weekend?
I don't know.
I
if
retire now.
If the event happens, even because it seems like it's dying every week with fucking server issues.
Well, that's because EU's on top, that's all it is.
Obviously.
From the staff side of things, we are looking into it a lot more. I've actually managed to consolidate a crash file tonight of a certain thing that's popped up in my console when the server has gone down, and I've sent that off to the devs tonight. So hopefully we could look into, maybe it might not be anything to do with it at all, but it could be something in terms of it may lead to a solution.
Yeah, I mean
So,
anything.
Fingers crossed.
Well, to be honest, this NA event wasn't bad, other than the one crash.
Yeah, it's been a lot better than normally at least.
Well, we appreciate the time. Obviously, let you get on and do your thing, but thanks for chatting.
Yeah, man. I'm
Cheers,
gonna,
man.
I'm gonna go and sleep.
I'm going to
Cheers.
therapy. Bye bye.
Same with you, Albin.
Wait, they do a therapist at midnight.
So we're back in the caster pit. Give me 1 second just to drag our delightful friend Cubby up into the pit. Ooshed, there he is. I had to move myself first, obviously.
Of course.
So, quick look over the points on the end, because now the players have disconnected. You can see there, yes, recall right, 1 raid, 1 defense. Warface, 4 raids. And again, obviously, you mentioned, a couple of controversial ones in the mix, but still, wasn't quite enough, though, even with that, to get more than second. VPN.
I don't think No Recoil actually had anything that was controversial tonight either.
No recall didn't at all. Not if I said for EU, they had a lot of people piling into them. For NA, nope, they run the offensive. VPN, 3rd place, 3 raids, 4 defenses, close KDA, but again, they were very much out there and out and about. Obviously, you did hear No Recall say their VPN were camping their beds at the end while they were trying to raid Flossy. And, that tactic's a little bit scumbag, but, it's Rust, you can't knock it. 4th place, Rugang, no raids, 4 defenses. Oh, man, they were getting such a pounding from GN, and then VPN came in and swept through their base. What could have been if GN had gone elsewhere? Jeremy in 5th. Jeremy in 5th, man. No raids, no defenses. But they've got BP kills, and it tallies it with what Deathwing was saying. It's easier to get kills than it is to raid people on 9 months.
Yeah, I mean, I think, in terms of, normally what I tend to find whenever we look over the scores, so for example, No Recoil, at the end of the day, you can see their amount of kills in comparison with Warfaces, for example, their kills are a lot higher. They're clearly a team that, they've all got standout, they're all very good in individual fights, they're good in team fights. I think I've seen from, being in the channel with them before and stuff like that, you can tell they play together a lot, or at least in this sort of capacity. Because, I mean, you go down to Warface and their main source of income for points, I guess you could say, is a lot more lent towards the raid side of things. Obviously, with you getting the significant amount of points that you do get for raids, it does make sense. But, I mean, that's just the difference.
Yeah, definitely. But I say, Jeremy here, showing the PvP side of things, no raids, no defenses. They did try to get Flossy out, but again, Just didn't quite push through, and Purple will be disappointed to be 1 point off the top kill. But, you know, got to be 1 kill better. 6th place, Diana. No raids, no defences. Also, again, PvP heavy. Didn't quite get a raid off. Did pick on a few different people. They were in quite a busy area. Kenjay topping the board for them. Bugor and Solo just behind. Bing Bong 7th, 3 defences. Dave on top for them, but 2 KOs, did get a 15 kill streak. Cuban Link putting in the work as well. SG in 8th, 2 defences. VG, it was VG. VG came for them quite late on. And again, Lupo and to Jan leading the way for those guys. 9th place, Flossie. Look at that, 5 raid defences. Obviously, bit sorry for them, given what happened. In terms of, also definitely, no recall said they should have ended better, and there's always a degree of that. They're not a bad team, they're just not a great team. But it is hard when you've got, say, the winners of both events today, no recoil, as well as Jeremy, who were 4th and then they're 5th today. Also on top of your VPN who came in, they were 3rd. They were a bit lower than EU, but they were 3rd in NA. So it's not like they had loads of low teams coming in, they couldn't fight them off. These are some of the best teams in the tournament, 1st, 3rd, 5th. And I think someone else is in the mix as well, and I can't think who. So
I think it's just one of those things, isn't it? It always adds to the diversity of the event, because at the end of the day, you've got to think about it. I mean, it's luck of the draw. It really is, when in terms of base building. Obviously, sometimes you face check people around you. You'll know it yourself from playing. Sometimes you face check people. Other times you may not, and then the base springs up, and then that's when it really starts to get interesting, because you don't find out who it really is until you start the fight.
And I mean, as Voxy said in the chat, obviously Voxy plays for Flossie. You can see him on the scoreboard here with his 23 kills for Flossie. So in chat, we have 5 defences, but we only got 20 points for the defences. So perhaps it is something we can look at as from an organisational point of view of how can we reward people for surviving and sustaining the defence, really, because obviously that was a pummeling they took and they survived the event. They made it into 9th place. Is 20 points fair reward for what they were doing? Is there any sort of point? Expansion for if there's a certain amount of time limit you pass, you get almost in the same way. If you win attack phase, you get 10 points. If you have a raid go on for more than half an hour and you get a bonus 10, 15, 20 points, something like that. There's things we can look into, certainly. And, we've had caster meetings recently. We are going to have management meetings shortly as well. So, suggestions will be passed on. But if you've got any, not say complaints, but, critiques, suggestions, constructive criticism, we can throw them into the suggestions channel in the Base Invaders Discord and get them up that way. Let's round out this list then so we can bugger off and go to sleep. 10th place, bring it top 10, Enyo, former crewmate team, 278, no raids, no defences. Again, a lot of teams struggling to get through. Synergy on top, 49 kills. But so fairly even across the board for the team as they start to drift down the bottom there. VG in 11th, 1 raid, 2 defences.
Max there as well. Point that out. Very basic performance tonight. 31 kills, not like Max. Normally fragging out. Clearly had a bad day at the office.
Yeah. Maybe he's just distracted, living in the shadow of Neil. Ooh.
What a man. What a man.
What a man. It's hard to live up to Neil. VG.
Oh, it's not even a man, he's a god.
VG, 1 kill, 2 defences. 1 raid, 2 defences. 1 kill would be amazing. 183, 248. So again, as we get down the leaderboard, you can see the tightening of the KD and the tightening of the cluster of the kill scores as well. 12th place Hub, no raids, 3 defences, had to ride out a bit of storm. Blank, bringing the team through that one though. 13th place Team Alright, 1 raid, 4 defences. Again, got a bit hectic for them. Just some random raids starting up on them. And then final, Team 14, PG, 205, no raids, 4 defences. Had a lot of teams pile on some late game. A negative KD, but again, you look at who's doing what. Rapollo doing big work there, 50 kills. Lucas, Mohammed, Blue 2, S2K, bringing through as well. And it did feel like, obviously, looking at there, you can see 7 people. I say, a PG definitely had 1 person missing out of their 9. Might have even had a second. With scores like that, I don't think anyone will get less than 6 kills really for them. So maybe they were playing with 7 out of 9, which goes some way to explain why they were last. But equally, props for surviving if that was the case, that you didn't have a full team, because it's not easy to do defending 4 times with a suboptimal team size. That is going to do it though for us, and thank God for that. It has been a long day of double cast for me. I'm an old man. I said I'm in my 30s, but who cares?
So you're definitely not that old. Not yet.
Yeah, not just that. Jamie's in the chat. Jamie's fractionally older than me, and Jamie's probably going to bitch slap me. So congratulations again to No Recall, 479. They are our winners. 2 events on the trot for Deathwing. Bit of an easy call for that one. And again, props to Baba Yaga for 2 sessions as the top kills for that team too. We'll be back, obviously, next weekend, as we always are, for some more Base Invaders action. Announcements will be on Wednesday for team size. Obviously, we've just had 9-man, so maybe we'll probably go a bit smaller on the next one. Keep an eye out for that. And again, all the sign-ups and the information will be there. Staff will be on hand to explain how it works if you're new. So if you do want to join in, head over to the Base Invaders Discord. The command is in the chat, as I've just put it in there. And yeah, you'll be able to catch up on all the arguments, all the salts, all the tiers, as well as submissions for our monthly highlights and the leaderboards from past events. And like I say, we'll be back next weekend. Maybe not together. We'll see who's around. Mix and match our commentary talent. But on that note, again, advertise us near you, advertise in an 8. If you want to commentate, you want to cast, get in touch with me through the Discord. If you want to staff these events, help run them, help bring them into you, the esports kingdom, and make us stand out. Always after more staff as well. But if you just want to play, get involved, you think these people can't build for shit or can't shoot for shit, come and show them what's what. We've had plenty of people come in and say that, and then they join and end up placing really well. So, you know, you can sit back and watch, or you can get stuck in. Either's good with us. But that does it here. So, from me and from Cubby, see you later.